If you played outside, you likely memorized the golden rule of backyard safety. Step on a rusty nail, and you're getting a tetanus shot. For generations, we've treated this reddish-brown crust as a direct biological hazard. It is one of the few question-and-answer pairs of childhood that everyone knows by heart. Metal plus rust equals a trip to the doctor for an immediate injection. Yet, when we examine the actual building blocks of this material, the connection between the rust and the disease begins to disappear. We have spent our lives blaming a common chemical reaction for a crime committed by a completely different biological agent. At its most basic level, rust is a result of oxidation. When iron is exposed to water and oxygen, it undergoes a transformation into a compound called iron oxide. This lattice is a mineral structure. It is static, decaying, and entirely non-living. Because rust has no cellular machinery, it cannot eat, it cannot reproduce, and it lacks any mechanism to trigger an infection in the human body. This leaves us with a significant contradiction. We are looking at a pile of inert, inorganic minerals, yet bystander, there must be a hidden killer using the degraded metal as a disguise. The biological agent we're looking for is Clostridium tetani. This bacterium survives harsh conditions by retreating into a highly resilient, armored spore form. These spores are strictly anaerobic, meaning exposure to the oxygen in our atmosphere is toxic to them. These organisms find their natural sanctuary in the wild, specifically in outdoor dirt, dust, and animal feces. A shallow scrape against metal in these environments is often safe.
When a wound is open to the air, the oxygen levels are too high for the bacteria to activate. However, as metal oxidizes, its surface becomes rough and porous. These microscopic pits and valleys act like a sponge, trapping contaminated soil. This porous texture provides the perfect camouflage, allowing soil-dwelling pathogens to hitch a ride on the surface of the metal. The danger peaks when we consider the specific mechanism of the injury caused by a nail, the deep puncture wound. The nail acts as a delivery system, driving dirt and dormant spores deep into the tissue. Upon removal, the entry path seals shut, creating an isolated, oxygen-free vault. Inside, the spores awaken, multiply, and release tetanospasmin, a neurotoxin that disrupts the nervous system. The rusty nail is simply the vehicle that drops an anaerobic bomb into the exact environment it needs to thrive. The persistent myth is a result of observing two things that frequently appear together. Rust and these bacteria owed bribe in the same neglected outdoor spaces, leading us to mistake a shared environment for a direct cause. A pristine silver nail hidden in the dirt poses the exact same risk. If it carries the bacteria into a deep, sealed wound, the lack of rust won't make the injury any safer. Effective prevention focuses on the biology. Cleaning a deep wound with oxygenated agents can help neutralize the anaerobic bacteria before they can establish a foothold. Our most reliable defense is the tetanus vaccine. It prepares the immune system to recognize and eliminate the neurotoxin before it can impact the rest of the body. Rust happens to be standing at the crime scene, but the biological killer has been hiding in the dirt all along.